Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not you need to use liquid fertilizer when planting tomatoes. In this video I've got a few items here, everything that I'm going to be using right in front of you. So we've got our professional potting mix, which is Coco Pro branded. We've got our Power Feed Pro, which is our liquid fertilizer. We have some tomato totems, which are a small to medium sized cherry tomato bush. And of course, a watering can. So our first step here is to get our fertilizer and fill our containers. We've got labelled here fertilizer and no fertilizer, obviously telling us which one we're going to be using the liquid fertilizer in and which one we're not going to be. And so the thing to note here is that this is professional grade potting mix. So Coco Pro here already does contain fertilizer. It's a slow release fertilizer. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not we see a difference when using the Power Feed Pro. So we'll fill this up to the brim and we'll go from there. Now we fill up our pots with our potting mixture. We're going to use next of all our Power Feed Pro, which is our liquid fertilizer, and I've mixed 1 cupful approximately per 1 litre of my watering can here. So first of all we're going to do our fertilizer test over here. So we're going to drench this water into this potting mixture and drench, make sure it's all completely soaked. Tell it's soaked because it's obviously leaking out the bottom. So our next step here is to water the non-fertilizer soil, and I've gone and cleaned out my watering can, and I'm going to soak this soil with water. So the next step here is we've got our tomato totem seeds, and it is currently the 10th of December, so it's just gone into summer in Brisbane, Australia. We're going to be planting a few seeds in each one of these pots. So to do that, it says we need to put them at 5mm depth. So we'll do that now. For doing that, we're just going to poke about half a nail into each one of this potting mixture, and we're going to put, say, about 5 around the center of each. One seed in each hole. Alright, now that's done, we're going to be covering these lightly with soil. So cover those holes with some soil. Lightly patting those down to make sure the seeds are covered and it's not too deep. So remembering only to be 5mm. Next, we're going to slightly water that soil we just added in, and yes, I'll be using just the water again. Just lightly watering. Lastly now, we're just going to be covering with some plastic wrap. So that's to sort of create a greenhouse effect, and that will keep the moisture in so we don't have to water again while these seedlings are popping up. So lastly now, we'll be keeping these pots away from the sun, but obviously outdoors, so the temperature needs to be about 21 to 25 degrees for germination. So that should take about 5 to 10 days. And once the first seedlings pop up, we'll check in to see if the fertilizer seedlings pop up faster, or if just the plain water and potting mix pop up at the same time. It's been 5 days since we first planted our seedlings, and we've got 2 seedlings from our fertilizer soil, and we've got about 5 smaller seedlings from our non-fertilized soil. So next step is we're going to put them up on our balcony and get some sunlight. I've now moved the seedlings onto the balcony where they can get some direct sunlight. I'll also ensure to keep the soil moist with water for another week until we fertilise again. It's been 1 month since we first planted our seeds, and as you can see on the left we have our fertiliser. We'll use our liquid fertiliser, and we've got 2 seedlings. On the right, where we didn't use any liquid fertiliser, we've got 7 seedlings. So far we can see that there's really maybe a disadvantage from using the liquid fertiliser. In the next step, we're going to thin our seedlings, leaving the strongest seedling in each container. From here we're going to continue using our liquid fertiliser, the power feed, every week as per the instructions. So we'll just keep on giving a bit of a light spray. It's been 1 week since we last used our liquid fertiliser, the power feed. And as we can see on the left, our tomato seedling isn't looking too good. Compared to on the right, our seedling with no liquid fertiliser is looking really strong and healthy, and it's just doing well. So would I use power feed or any liquid fertiliser when growing tomato seedlings? No, I wouldn't. There's no reason to, especially when you're using a good quality potting mix like Coco Pro by Rocky Point. There's no need to use any liquid fertiliser. It's actually detrimental. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.